of the quarterback, author, ESPN's reporter Seth Wickersham describes how Caleb Williams was so concerned about being drafted by the Bears that he and his family weighed in, circumventing the entire NFL draft. They spoke to lawyers to find a way around the league's CBA and considered signing in the UFL. Chicago is the place where quarterbacks go to die, Carl Williams, who's his dad, said ahead of the draft according to the book. In addition, none of the Bears coaches last season told Caleb Williams to watch film or give him zero help. No one tells me what to watch. I just turn it on.
Yeah.
Ocho, what do you make about that revelation?
I mean, it's obviously, you look at what has happened to all the quarterbacks who have been a part of the Bears organization, and you could understand why Caleb Williams and his father felt that way. Felt that way for a reason, Look how they treated everybody that's come through that organization that has played the position. And the quarterbacks that did have success, they had success simply because the defenses in Chicago at the time were amazing. Really good. So all you had to do was just facilitate and don't turn the ball over, and defense would take care of everything else. I think Caleb Williams is in a great situation now, especially with the supporting cast they have around him. The addition of Ben Johnson and the rest of the coaches on that staff, I think this is going to be the Bears' best year yet, and they're going to surprise a lot of people. Every football season, the main guns are always in contention. Your Eagles, your Bills, your Ravens, Bengals, if we start off to a fast start, your Chiefs, the Lions, and for some reason, I don't know why, and you can quote me on this, and that goes for everybody else in the chat. The Bears will be in contention and one of those teams vying for a playoff spot and challenging for Lombardi, simply because of not just the quarterback play, but with a great understanding of what Ben Johnson and his offensive creativity can do for the skill set that Caleb Williams has. And I'm going out on a limb and I'm saying that because I saw what he did in Detroit with Jared Goff.
Yeah. And he has a more athletic. Look, I'm not surprised by this. Carl Williams, who's Caleb Williams' father, it is his job to protect his son and put him in the best possible situation. I don't have any problem with that because he said, look, you look at all the quarterbacks, Mitchell Trubisky, you look at Justin Fields, you look at Rex Grossman, you look at all the quarterbacks they've had. They haven't had any luck with the quarterback.
No. And listen,
it is what it is. And so he's well within his right to make sure that he's trying to put his son is going to the best situation that gives him the best chance to succeed. Now, what do you think about the watching film, not giving the coaches not giving him any direction?
I don't know. That's tough right there, especially at that position. Before you touch the field, the only way to prepare is by watching film on your opponents and knowing what you're going to see, day to day, week to week. So it's hard for me to believe that there's no instruction in that area, especially for the most important position on the field. Who has to know everything that's going on, especially your opponent. So that's I don't know. That's a little tricky on me.
I think maybe they thought you were a quarterback, played at a top 5 program. You got that where you were at USC. Maybe they just took for granted because a lot of times they take for granted, like, bro, you played a big time program, bro. We ain't got to go over that. We can go ahead and skip that step and start getting something else. Now, I just want to say this for us, for me. The way we got tape cut up, Ocho, it was third and 1 to 3, third and 3 to 5, third and long. But we had cut-ups. Cover 1, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, 2-man, cover 6, whatever the case may be. So it was broken down, so we watching it, and so we see this is what they do in cover 3. This is the front they give us. This is the coverage they play behind said front. I don't know. And like I said, I think maybe it was a situation they thought he already knew how to watch film. I didn't know how to watch film because we really didn't have to watch film, Ocho. Hell, if HBCU playing man coverage, hell, what the hell you think you gonna get? It wasn't nobody disguising nothing. It wasn't no cover 2. It wasn't no single high. It wasn't no 6 kick. It wasn't no 88. It wasn't no box post. It wasn't none of that. It was man. I went out there expecting to beat man. So I needed people to say, bro, what he doing? Why he ain't play? I'm literally asking why he ain't got me, man. What he doing?
Right.
But nah, it's cover two. What the hell is cover two? So they had to break me all the way down in order to build me back up. And nobody made me feel stupid that I didn't know. They know I went to a program. I went to an HBCU, Ocho. We didn't have receiver coach, tight end coach. We have all that.
And
no.
And that's one of the things that I really enjoyed, that it's not glorified on my end because of my style of play and the way I play the game. But I was a student of the game, And that's a part of it that people didn't even realize. I wasn't able to go out there and do what I did by not studying like a goddamn nerd.
Yeah.
Because it's overshadowed by the fun and the entertainment and the celebrations and the flamboyancy and all the shit talking. But dude, but when it was time to watch film, oh my goodness, I needed to know everything. I need to know everything. I need to know Travis was our person who broke down our film for me. He was our camera guy, our video guy in the department.
Yeah.
I had him break down all the clips of the previous 4 games of the individual. I got the number 1 corner every goddamn game. Travis, I need everything on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down, right? On these down and distances in our area before we get across the 50 and when we cross the 50, what they like to do. What coverages am I going to get? Is he going to bump? Is he going to play? Is he going to play man? I'm looking at everything. Is he a shade inside? Is he head up? Does he like outside leverage? When the safety comes in, dog, I'm talking about everything. I can tell you based on down and distance, I can tell you what they're going to run when I'm coming out the huddle. And I know it.
Yeah.
And I knew it. That's why I had such a confidence in my approach to the game, because I studied like a nerd. That's the only reason where that confidence came from. It wasn't about my talent or my skill or me running routes, and just I know what you're doing before you even do it at the snap of the ball. And that just, oh my God, man. Now towards the end of my career, when my body wasn't able to react, the way it was when I was in my prime, being able to study film and knowing what was happening before it happened gave me a little bit of an edge when I might have lost a step a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. You look at down and distance. I mean, we going over what they like to do in down and distance, what they like to do in red zone. What did they like to do back? They got you backed up. This is the coverage they like to play. But that was always on the tape. And so I'm looking, and so, like I said, I'm not trying to belittle anybody. I'm just saying maybe they thought this is something that he already knew. And so they didn't give him the instructions that he needed. Me, I'm looking at it from the way we had it in Denver. It was broken down. You plug, 3rd and 1 to 3,